I'm a fat pig.
What did you just call me?
I'm starving.
I am so full.
I'm gonna vomit.
I can't fit.
I'm nauseous.
What are you gonna order?
Can I get a side of mayo?
I'm sweating.
Do you hear my breathing?
I cannot stop eating chips.
This is not an extra large.
Do I look fat? Welcome to Fat Pig. I'm Jessica Curson.
And I'm Frank Liotti. The day before Thanksgiving.
Yes. My family is actually bringing Thanksgiving to the hospital to have it all together, which is real. It is what it is. But I'm like picturing all these Jews in a hospital room with a huge turkey. And I cannot believe we're bringing the entire turkey and all the sides. And I have to bring sodas and fruit salad up to a hospital room.
Is that your thing? That's what you were assigned?
Yeah, I was told to bring soda, club soda, water, fruit, and something else. Oh, bread. I'm bringing 2 loaves of bread because I couldn't decide which one would be better.
Does anybody cook?
Yeah, my sister's cooking the whole meal.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, so she is cooking a 20-pound turkey. Is that a lot, 20 pound? I don't cook turkey.
Honestly, that's kind of like average for a family.
Like 10 people?
Like a 20-pound turkey, yeah.
Everyone eats 2 pounds?
Well, it's kind of like because people will fight over the drumstick. People will say, I want only white meat. Like whenever it sounds like something that tipped over Fred Flintstone's car, it's almost like still like, wow, that's 20 pounds.
Right. I would assume some of it is the bones, the anus.
The beak. I always wanted a beak as a keychain.
Do turkeys have penises?
Do turkeys fuck?
Do they have penises?
Well, of course they do.
Well, do they? But
that's why they call them cock.
Do people eat the penises?
Yes. Indian people.
What do you mean?
Like Indian culture eats the penis.
No, I think my family does too. I think my family eats the ass, and it's called pupik. My grandmother was big. I want the pupik. No one take the pupik.
Did she really say that, or are you making that up?
I swear on my life.
That's disgusting.
Yeah.
But wait a minute. You're not supposed to eat pork, but you can eat the anus of a turkey?
It might be the neck. I don't know. It's either the ass or the neck.
It's probably the neck.
No, there is an ass thing. It's that flap. I'm going to vomit.
But that's not the anus. Like, I know that flap. You have to, like, make sure it's secure with the twine to cover up the lemons and the onions and the stuff that goes in the cavity.
But people eat that flap. People eat the anus.
In China, they pick it up by the feet when it's alive and they just hack at it.
Jews eat it too. Do you mean they hack at the ass?
They hack at the live bird, so you just eat whatever you get.
Oh my God, I can't take. I'm so glad I'm not Chinese from China.
Can you imagine?
That made no sense what I just said. Chinese from China.
Yeah.
Where else would I be from if I was Chinese? I'm so glad I'm not Chinese from Africa.
Long Island?
Listen, there's not a ton of Chinese in Long Island because they're not white and Trump supporters.
Where I went to high school, my high school, I grew up in Comac, but it was Dix Hills.
That's in Long Island.
And Long Island, on Long Island.
Is it in or on?
I don't know. It's inside. And like in high school, right around my sophomore year, all of a sudden we got these Asian girls that were all in honors classes, and they would travel in little packs of like 4 or 6. Isn't it funny? I don't think any of our listeners are Asian.
Well, we could. That's not. I understand because they haven't written to us, but I would assume if you're an Asian person and you're listening, can you please email us?
I was just gonna say,
or send us a picture
of recipes too
of your restaurant or your cleaners or your nail salon. I'm joking.
It's that time of year where it's dark at 3:00 in the afternoon.
I'm really excited to be out
until May. It looks like East Germany.
Until May?
It's like until May. It's the longest fucking thing.
No. It's not going to be okay.
It was snowing 2 days ago.
It snowed?
2 days ago. I was driving home in a hailstorm from Princeton to Manhattan.
What are you? I didn't even know it snowed.
Mm-hmm. Somebody
are
said,
you sure? Can you imagine?
Yes,
no, I'm joking. Like, can you imagine if you just imagine the whole thing?
That it was hailing?
Yeah.
And that I was in
It's
Florida.
hailing outside. No, it ain't, mama. Yes, it is. You don't see the hail?
You're driving behind a truck. You're driving behind a dirt and gravel truck. It's dirt. Dirt is hitting the windshield.
No, it ain't. It's hail.
That ain't snow.
It's hail.
You always so fucking stupid.
What?
You stupid, mama.
Hail.
Mama gonna skin you live if she finds out you feeding Duke hamburger. Mm-hmm. But it's top choice. It's nutritious. Wait till mama finds out.
What the hell you talking about, motherfucker? The hail on my window.
It's a word from the sponsor, motherfucker. Top choice.
Oh, God.
So here's the thing. Like, Jessica has a family member in the hospital. I have this thing that Tig Notaro kind of made famous. It looks like it's called C. diff, when you take fistfuls of antibiotics and then it kills like the good bacteria too. It's horrific.
Why? Are you in pain?
Yes.
Where?
It's mild average abdominal pain.
I didn't
that's
even.
the symptom of it.
I've never heard of that.
Well, the thing is, you like go to the bathroom every hour.
So that's good. You must be losing weight.
Well, you're supposed to lose weight if you have it. But
Right.
I don't think like I could seriously, I could have like 1982 full blown, AIDS what, and I would still gain weight. Like I
Yeah.
would not be able to get an orange down, and somehow I would still put on 12 pounds. Like seriously,
What do you mean? You mean now or always?
Ever.
Because you
Just-
lost a ton of weight.
it's back. It's back. My body fights it. My body fights weight loss. It does. It's like, no, this isn't going to work.
I think, well, mine does too, but I think it's because I want to stay stuck.
There's a green jack-o'-lantern made of plastic on top of the microwave, and it's filled with Hershey's miniatures and like 2 Butterfingers and wrappers.
Well, first of all, if there's still candy there, that's good. It's filled with candy.
No, it gets refilled constantly like somebody works there.
Okay. Well, I
carried it to the bed last night to watch television like
I
a
don't.
child.
I don't. Instead of the remote, you brought the candy.
I brought on the plastic Walmart jack-o'-lantern of candy.
Oh, what channel is this? Rolos. I love.
That's what we call the dog,
Rolos.
because the dog looks like frozen Rolos because he's like chocolate with white
Frozen
splotches.
Rolos are so good. Wait, did you hear what I said? That I think my body, I resist losing weight, I think, because I want to stay stuck. Does that make sense? I hold on to weight. I truly believe that. I have to really work
I've
hard.
always heard that about people, but that's not my experience.
Well, why do you think you can't? Because you can lose weight. You lost a ton of weight.
I can't stop eating.
Well, no, you mean no, but you're not saying what you said is like if you're dieting, you can't lose weight. That's not you. You can lose weight easily.
I guess I can.
You
I
lost
did
a
have a
ton of
friend
weight.
though, this girl Annie, and she would look at a piece of cantaloupe and gain weight. Like
Oh,
it was
God.
insane.
I hate cantaloupe. I think it should be outlawed.
I really don't like it. I'll eat it, but I don't hate it.
I'll eat it too if it's there.
I don't like radishes. I don't get them.
They're bitter, like most comics.
I knew that somebody. I thought like gay men always use the word bitter. Bitter party of two.
They are a lot.
This was a. I had a rough week this week, and Jessica had a rough week this week. She has a family member in the hospital. When you have a family member in the hospital, I always say to this day, whenever I smell like Purell, because it's on all the hospital walls, available to you, or like newspapers, because I spent months doing crossword puzzles in hospital rooms. It's like your life changes, and it's So she had a rough week. They're having Thanksgiving in the hospital. And this is kind of hard to say. They changed my medication this week. They changed my medication. So I went from one SSRI, which is like Prozac, Zoloft, Lexapro, to a different one. And it made me lose my mind. Mm-hmm. It really did for a few days. And it's so hard with emotional side effects of medication. This is what I want to talk about. And I consider myself pretty self-aware from all that stupid fucking actor training I spent trillions of dollars on. It's so hard to differentiate truthful emotion reaction to side effects from medicine. Emotional side effects from medication are really, really dangerous. And it can make us believe something that isn't so. I'm trying so hard to be articulate about it, but it's hard to make sense of it. Am I making sense?
You're making, first of all, two things really quick. When you told me you were switching like that, I was very concerned because I've done it so many times and it can go either way. I mean, it could be okay, but then it could be a fucking disaster.
It was a disaster.
The other thing is, what you're describing is what a lot of women feel with hormonal stuff. So many times women are like, is this real? Or am I going
like
through
with
you feel like
menstruating?
you're crazy. You literally are like this. You have to realize that it's what's going on in your body and it's not real. What's happening, like the sadness you feel and the anger or the wanting to give up, all of that literally can come from your getting your period or menopause.
Hormones.
Right. So I get it. So
Hormonal.
any woman listening to this is going to understand what
Getting
you're
it.
saying.
It was also a dizziness like when you get up too fast, but all the time.
horrible.
And then it got to be a dizziness where I don't think I could have operated a car. and it was hard to walk down the street. And honestly, I wanted to die. I really did. When they say suicidal side effects, feelings of wanting to commit suicide, I don't think I've ever, like, I've always said, oh my God, I want to kill myself. Or I've thought of it like to get back at people, to get back at like agents that didn't sign me.
Not agents, but to relationships.
Or that, whatever it is, whatever somebody's stick is or shit is. But to actually like feel like I wanted to go through with it, that is a totally different fucking thing. And it was medicinal. As soon as I went back, almost like taking Excedrin.
Crazy.
I felt back to my old self, and I know that it wasn't. What do they call that when they give like some of the people in treatment fake pills, and some of them?
Yeah, I know what you mean.
Plethora. What is it? Panacea. Placebo. It couldn't have been a placebo. Thank you, Alex, because it was so emotional. The emotion was so physical.
It's real. You know how many people I know who've gone on certain medications and have been suicidal?
It was nuts.
It's real. Yeah.
So that with this C. diff from 4 or 5 rounds. I hope that it goes away. It's like I've heard of horrific treatments for it, and Jessica has a family member in the hospital. Here's my point. This is what I wanted to talk about today. Remember the Gilda Radner, Rosanna Dana character? Obviously,
I used to do it when I was in elementary school. I used to mess up my hair and
It's so crazy that we didn't know each other.
I know. I used to be like Rosanna Dana. Like I used to, I was a class clown.
Jessica's hair, when like you see pictures of her then when she was like 8. It was beautiful. It wasn't like frizzy like Rosanna Dana.
It was frizzy.
But if you like messed it up, I could see it getting frizzy.
Oh, I was always messed up. I didn't take care of myself.
Well, you were 7 or 8.
No one took care of me. And I didn't take care of myself.
Like you couldn't then. Someone should have been taking care of you.
I know, but I looked like I crawled out of a gutter.
I looked like I swam over from Syria.
My mom just told me the other day that that in nursery school they used to call me Pistol Packin' Mama. I forgot that because I wore a holster all the time.
Pistol Packin' Mama.
Yeah.
I know.
Oh.
I know. That's going to be the title of this episode.
Yeah.
Pistol Packin' Mama.
Yeah.
Pistol Packin' motherfucker. Wait, it's gone. So she used to always say, it's always something. And I'm convinced that it's always something. It's always going to be something.
Of course, it's life.
And yeah, there are some higher highs and certainly some lower lows, like with your family right now, especially for your mother in particular. But I mean, it's...
My mother's okay, by the way.
She's fine.
Yeah.
Right. It's always something. And it's how to deal. When Jessica walked in today and she tweeted it, she said, thank God for stand-up. Like everybody needs their stand-up. Find it. Stand-up got me through... My parents had both died within 3 months of one another, and then my best friend lied down in traffic a year later and killed herself. And then my sister a year later. Stand-up was like, it was like I was a zombie when I would get on stage, and back then it was open mics. I wasn't even aware of it, but even if it was like going to 10 bar, like I needed them more than they needed me. It's kind of like that expression, idle hands are the devil's penis, or whatever that expression is. What is it? Idle hands are the devil's what?
I think devil probably has 7 penises and they're all riddled with
Huge.
disease.
They're probably huge and
I don't
perfect.
think they're huge, and I certainly don't want to think about what they look like.
Well, the devil to you would be like a hot blonde. No, you don't like blondes.
Well, I like
Stacked
some
with-
blondes.
You like stacked.
No, I don't. I don't
like-
care about any of that.
You you wouldn't care. You don't care about physicality at all.
I don't care about breast size. I really don't. I'm not as particular as, like, men are different, gay men.
I've heard you but when I've seen you admire people over the years.
I don't like when someone has no shape. I'm not into like, which it's beautiful. I'm just saying I'm not into like a woman with a boy's body kind of.
What's like what's your type?
Someone who's naturally pretty, who doesn't have to wear a shitload of makeup. I don't like fake. I don't like a ton of makeup, but I'm more into feminine.
You like heels though.
I love heels.
Right.
But I'm not into butchy women. Mm-hmm. And when I was with guys, it was kind of the same thing. Like just good looking, naturally good looking. Just naturally good looking.
Heels.
So, I don't like people who have to put on a lot of stuff at all. I just took a nap. So, what Frank was saying about stand-up and what I was saying before it started was that I'm so grateful. Like, I have 3 shows tonight, and I'm so grateful that I can even. I don't want to get on stage. I'd rather go home and watch TV. But I'm so grateful that I can even just get up and do something to let out energy. Like, it's very therapeutic, and I don't think people realize that. Like, what we do. I don't think people realize how therapeutic it is for us.
It can be, absolutely, but it's exactly that. It's fighting the urge to stay home and watch TV.
Yeah, I'm so grateful that I get myself out. Mm-hmm. I force myself to go out and work.
If I have work or if I have something to do, then that's the saving grace. If I have nothing planned or nothing to do or nowhere to be, that's death.
Yeah, it is.
It's really horrible. If I don't have spots or if I don't have work or if like no one's around to go for coffee, or if I won't necessarily reach out to anybody if I don't have somewhere I have to be. That's when it gets tricky, when it's idle.
Yeah.
Like that's when it gets really hard.
Yeah, I mean, that's when I also have to force myself to reach out to people, which is torture sometimes because I don't want to. I want to isolate. Big isolator. We've talked about that, you know. And then when I'm home and it's nighttime, forget it. I'm eating everything in the house.
Oh my God. That's a thing I've heard from everybody who has a problem with food. I remember my sister, Donna, who passed away. Then if we lived on what we eat during the day, we'd all have a tiny waist. Everybody is a night eater.
Most people are, yeah.
That you know, most people that have problems with food, it's like bats. It's like we're nocturnal.
Yeah.
We hang upside down and then all of a sudden come out to eat, then eat anything in sight.
You know what I was thinking about food yesterday? I mean, I had therapy and I was talking about this, but I really don't ever give myself any credit for the things that I don't do. Like, I used to drink a 2-liter, an enormous bottle of Diet Coke a day. I haven't had it in years. You know, I'm drinking water, not enough, but I'm drinking it. I don't eat bread. I don't eat pretzels. I don't eat cookies, cake, nothing, pasta, nothing. But I'm always putting myself down for the things I do eat.
I know.
And you know, the point is that I'm an addict in that way that I can't have a little of certain things. So I can't have a little bit of Tostitos. I can't. And that's just as bad as eating pretzels is Tostitos. It's corn chips. So I have it for me, it doesn't even matter what it is. It's just staying away from certain foods. And I want to just start giving myself more credit for staying away from certain foods for years. Like, I'm not going to eat stuffing and potatoes tomorrow. I'm not. But when I eat shit I shouldn't be eating and I'm out of control with it, like I've been eating these oat crackers that have sugar all over them. I know it sounds weird, but they're amazing. Mm-hmm. And it's like I'm eating them because they're oat, but they're covered in sugar, and I get sick when I eat them. I get sick. Like, I'm on the toilet. I'm like not okay physically when I eat them. So it doesn't matter that it's oat. and it's in the natural food sector. That doesn't matter. And so many people say to me, I get it because I binge on good stuff. And even if it's good, it's still not good for me. It's filled with sugar and calories.
Well, that's not really good stuff. Like, in other words, this is old though. Like, I've evolved, but I used to convince myself, not even convince myself, I believed it was my credo, that if it wasn't chocolate, it wasn't a bad for you dessert. Like, if it was apple,
that's the same kind
pie,
of thing. I have the same exact kind of thing.
Like bananas Foster.
Me too. I'm the exact same way.
Cheesecake.
Coconut cream pie. Frank, I'm totally like that.
I used to really, but
cheese.
now I get it. Like, now I realize it, but back, like, for years, decades, I used to think if it wasn't chocolate, it wasn't bad.
No,
People are going to react to that because people love chocolate.
But I do the same thing.
Right.
Like, I'll have a couple bites of apple pie because it's apple. It's covered in butter and sugar.
It's apple pie.
Right, it's pie.
Right, like, now I know better. Now I know what I'm doing.
Right.
But it feels so good. Like, I had to take a pill last night. I'm going to name my first baby Pill.
You're never having a baby.
Why?
Frank.
I'm working on it. If I had a baby, I would see how long it would I would see if I would swing it around by its ankles.
That's great. It's good to know. You're never watching my child.
Well, it would laugh. She would laugh if I swung her around by the ankles.
No, you would never. I'd fucking kill you if you ever did that. I know. Of course you wouldn't. By her neck, yes.
Not unless the baby was Chinese. If I had a baby, I would never have a baby because I was raised poor.
Oh, God.
I mean it.
What does that have to do with having a baby?
Look at New York City schools. Seriously. Oh, you need money to have a child.
Well, you could have it with someone who has money.
Well, but that doesn't really
Yeah, it could make
work.
all the difference.
You both have to have money.
That's not true.
I think so. As parents, you both have to have money.
No.
It sucks to like be the kid without a bicycle. It sucks to be that person. Like not having money is so, people don't realize it that like when you come from no money, it feels almost dirty. It's horrible. And it's very difficult to break out of your class system. You can try and you can shoot for the best schools but it's almost an inexplicable thing that's against you. And I hear people that are quote unquote minorities talk about that. But it's true for white people that came from no money too. It's very hard to break out of your own class system. It's almost like there's something in place that doesn't want you to get ahead. And as I get older, I saw it a lot at Yale. I certainly saw it when I was at Yale, and it's part of the whole deal. A lot of actors that work on Broadway and that work in theater and directors came from huge beginnings. Most of them, I think, do. We were like going through people. Most of them come from a lot of money. It's very hard to stay in a business that's this brutal and have to do jobs that are disgusting. Ugh. Filling salad. It's just horrible filling salad dressings up when you wait on. Oh, it's awful. I feel so bad for people that have to work tomorrow. Can you imagine?
Yeah, I had to do it.
Ugh. Working on Thanksgiving. Hideous. Hideous. What would you rather do? Wait, let me think of some. What would you rather do? Would you rather work on holidays for the next 20 years? Like work like serving people turkey and picking up dirty plates and whatnot? Bussing tables on like Thanksgiving and, whatever holidays you celebrate. Would you rather do that? Or would you rather roll around naked with Abe Vigoda in August and no air conditioning for 3 minutes?
Roll around naked with Abe Vigoda.
Totally naked.
Yeah. What do I care? He won't even remember it. Is he
still alive? No, he just died. Oh, he just died.
Oh, Alex, he just died?
No, the same question. Would you rather?
If he were dead, it would be better.
Yeah, if he were dead, it would be better.
Of course. He wouldn't even know what's going on.
You'd
He
wear
wouldn't
one of
feel
those
it.
surgical masks.
Yeah, I don't care.
As long as like his head stays on his body.
Yeah. I mean, I would be fine with that. I just think we were talking about before about class systems and whatever. I don't know. I keep going back lately to what is my story that I keep bringing up.
You talked about that with regard
really
to Landmark and with, what was it called in the 70s? Est.
Listen, I believe it. So I have many issues with that program, but I did it twice, and I'll tell you something. The one thing it did help me.
She's talking about Landmark. It's a program. How would you describe Est and Landmark? The forum.
It's just a self-improvement thing, but it's all about
Some people
not.
say
It's
it's a
all
cult,
about
right?
stop. It's all about not always blaming your past and your story and moving on and being in the present and trying to just let that go. It's like, I was in a difficult relationship, and for years I would blame everything on that. Well, that's because I'm depressed because of this, or this happened, or that person did this to me. You know what I mean? It was like a blame game. And then I just got to a point where I was like, I can't do this anymore.
Right.
I have to start taking responsibility. And it's very hard because you want something to blame. I want to blame my so-and-so for doing this to me or making me do this. But at a certain point, like, it's no one's fault that I'm heavy. I'm sorry. It's not. Years ago, there was reasons why, because my parents were obsessed about food and I was put on diets at a very young age. But I'm 48 years old. So it's my responsibility now what I put in my mouth. I can't blame my parents or anyone anymore.
I get it. And I say that with career stuff, relationship stuff, food stuff. When it comes to money stuff, I don't know about that. I really don't.
What about it?
I don't know. I think it's easier if you come from money. It just is. It's easier when you come from money.
But
granted, I have an MFA, but like I really like come hell or high water, I was going to go to Juilliard or Yale, and I did. I went to Purchase before that. It was like 10 men
So
out
you
of
think
400.
that
Then
it's
Yale
all-
was 7 men out of like 1,400. It's the people that I know from Yale that are working, their parents have paid their rent for years. And now like some of them are working in New York theater, have plays that are being produced after 12, 15 years. None of them have ever worked in restaurants. None of my classmates that are doing well have ever. One of them has never had a job.
Well,
now he's
I
a
don't.
writer.
Yeah, I can't come to it from an actor's point of view, but when it comes to comedy, I know
It's the same thing.
No, it's not. I know many comics who've come from I mean, their parents. I'm not going to name names, but I'm thinking of 3 people right now where they grew up in the city, Upper West Side. I mean, like the elevator goes to the apartment, and they couldn't go anywhere in comedy, and they're
But don't you
doing
think it's
other
the same thing
things.
as far as like performance? Sure, there are actors like that too.
I think it's you. I think there's many people who grew up with nothing who have great careers, and I get what you're saying. I think acting might. I don't know.
I think that's
can't.
the Cinderella story, and then it does happen. Like that. That's the ideal dream, isn't it? Like Sandra Bullock, she used to ride the public bus, and it was like, wow, she came from nothing and she made it in Hollywood. But I think that is the exception to the rule for the most part.
I don't know. I think it's both, but that's just my personal opinion. I think it's both. I see it with with comedy, it's certainly both.
Comedy, there were so many successful people in comedy that still walk on stage looking like they're the porter in like a public library, like the person who cleans. Like they walk on stage in a beat up old down jacket and sweatpants on, and they're worth like $200 million.
Yeah, I'm convinced with comedy, it's the numbers been going up every year. I'd say
what do you mean,
60-70% business sense you have to have.
With comedy.
Yep. It's getting higher and higher now. It's not about who's funniest. It's not about who has credits or who has. It's literally the people that are the best networkers and business people are the ones that are getting ahead. Period.
Why do you think that is?
Because it's a business.
But my point is, like in business in general, why do you think that is? Like in other words, if
because
it's that
now
way in
it's
comedy,
not just stand up. Before, years ago, you could go on stage, be hilarious. People would follow you. There was no social media.
Right.
They would just hear you were funny or think you were funny and go see you and sell out a fucking arena.
Right.
Now it's all social media and it's all business sense. It's marketing. You think of different things. It's all schmoozing, how people envision you, what kind of reputation you have, how you are. That's everything now. So that's why you see people who suck that are brilliant at social media and they're schmoozers and they're selling out comedy clubs all over the country. That's how it is now.
Fat Pig was mentioned in Time Out New York as one of the top 10 New York comedy podcasts
Which
to
was
listen to,
great.
which is great. Here's the thing. If you look at some of the comics that are up and coming today, it's literally like looking at a fashion magazine with some of them. It has gotten to be so... The whole thing, when I look at like Moms Mabley or Phyllis Diller or Joan Rivers as women,
Yeah.
they were the antithesis of that. They
I know.
gave voice to all of those regular people that
Totally.
didn't wear a size 0, whose husband didn't look like a Ken doll,
Yep.
and who didn't have a 5-bedroom house with a circular driveway, whatever. And now there are these comics who are getting chuckles. This is so insane to me. Jessica did a show, a big produced show at the Comedy Cellars, Village Underground. And there was somebody on stage, and the producer of the show was next to me, a woman. And there was a comic on stage, and the producer of the show, this was her feedback watching the show. She was talking about a comic on stage. Wow, she has a really great back. It was so insane to me. The comic was wearing like a backless dress. Wow, and she wasn't getting any laughs, but the feedback was, wow, she has a really great back. I'm like, I wanted to slam my face into the bricks. I'm like, what has happened
And I hate to say
to
it,
the world?
but it's happened and it's just going to get worse. So either, like what I've been thinking lately, either get on board and figure out a way to make it work or do something else. Because it is what it is. It just is what it is.
Maybe if I colored my hair.
Yeah, I
Maybe
don't
if
know.
I went blonde.
No. Maybe you should.
Maybe we both should go platinum blonde.
I won't.
Why?
I don't need to.
But what if we did?
I don't want to. I would never want to be blonde ever.
I do.
You should.
I would look like a mental patient.
Maybe that's what you need to do.
wear a white gown that's backless.
Yeah.
Would I wear anything under it?
No.
Just go on stage
Just
with a white
Uggs.
gown. Remember those olive green rubber rain boots?
Oh yeah, I love those. Were
with
those
those
LL
with a
Bean?
hospital gown. No, those were like Sears, weren't they?
I don't know.
Like
I
the
don't remember.
oldie-timey ones when we were like in elementary school. Those green rubber. I don't mean like the cute ones.
Yeah. No, I know what you mean.
The ones
yeah.
that you had. Like, in other words, your parents back then would put, like, you know, in the produce section of the supermarket, the plastic bag you put lemons and
Yeah.
oranges in, you would have to put your socked feet in those
Right.
to slip those boots on.
Yes.
That's how depressing life was back
Yeah,
then.
it
sort of.
still is.
It still
but
is. It's
I'm
worse.
trying to think of what I used plastic bag to put on.
Now I put it on my head
Yeah, and breathe fast.
and make videos in Walmart with it, just going like, "Ugh," to try and get somebody to retweet it.
Yeah, yeah. The problem is this internet shit is like just going to keep getting crazier.
This
and crazier.
internet shit.
It's crazy.
Ay, ay, ay. When Jessica and I were in 7-Eleven this week, I picked up a spoon from the condiments for hot dogs and ate it to make a video.
Onions.
Onions.
It was funny.
The condiments. I think I got like 4 views.
That's good.
Yeah. It's good. It's great.
You're going to make it from the onion video. I want to go into 7-Eleven and be like, hi, can I have 6 hot dogs and a taco and some onions and do you have gefilte fish?
Hi. Are these tacos sustainably farmed? Can you tell me where this pork is from? Is this pork organic?
In 7-Eleven. You said that the other day and I was hysterical.
Can you imagine?
Can you imagine going in and being like, hi, is this taco gluten-free?
Do you grind the coffee here? You know it compromises the integrity of the bean. It compromises the integrity of the bean. It challenges the coffee's ability to breathe. So maybe you shouldn't grind the coffee here.
Yo, are your eggs cage-free?
Lick my asshole. Yo, Handeep, lick my asshole. This taco looks like it was made yesterday. Motherfucker.
Oh, God.
Our
Listen,
emails, listen, guys, I love that you're writing us, but seriously, they're like the
7
essay
pages long.
questions from the SAT. Like every one of them this week. And I don't know what to do.
Because everyone's emotional.
It really is.
If you're going to write a 7-page email, just highlight one paragraph that we can read.
I tried to
or a
look
sentence.
to edit it, and it's from like our beloved John that did the picture, that gorgeous
Oh,
fat pig
he's
picture
such
of
a
us.
great
and
guy.
it's from our number 1 fan, Sean. Mm-hmm. Wait a minute, hold on.
Sean's on Twitter a lot.
Sean Ellis is
Some
our
of you have been
number
getting
one
in
fan.
touch with us a lot on Twitter and all that stuff and Instagram. It's great. We love it. Just keep getting in
Love
touch
it.
with us and please keep spreading the word and the diseases.
Have you ever had a venereal disease?
Yeah, I had crabs because I sat on my sister's bed. And
Oh
she
my
had
God, I
them.
love that story.
Yeah.
Wait, say it.
My sister got crabs and then I sat on her bed. I was 14 and they crawled in my cunt. And then I can't believe I just said that.
Cunt.
I never had physical contact that caused it, but I sat on my sister's bed and those bugs crawled in my cunt. I had bugs in my cunt. Crabs. Are they crabs or bugs? Speaking of, I could really go for a fillet of salmon.
Are these crabs from New England?
So all of a sudden,
Crab Rangoon.
my cunt started itching. Isn't that crazy just telling a story, my cunt?
Wait, did Lurleen help with it or your mother?
He's talking about my housekeeper. No, she was fired by then.
She was like your
She
mother.
left one day, my black mother, my blother.
Lurleen.
So I sat on my sister's bed and then I was itching like a fucking crazy like I could have used a rake. I'm not even kidding. It
Oh
was the
my
itchiest
God.
thing. And then I went to my mom and she's like, I don't understand why it's so itchy down there. And she looked and I had crabs.
Pubic lice.
Yeah, it was horrible.
Horrible.
Yeah.
Jessica and I are so alike. It's ridiculous. I was 15. The local community college was doing a production of The Best Little Whorehouse in Texas. Even though I'm not gay, they chose me to be in the chorus. we had to wear these white jumpsuits, and the way that they fitted us for the jumpsuit was they made you put on a pair of gray tights.
Oh, God.
And they pinned white material around you. I had never been with a human, anything other than a couch pillow. I used to pretend was a woman that I would masturbate on top of.
Me too. I used to hump pillows.
I put like oranges on it like it had boobs. I was mental patient.
Oh my God, that's so funny. Did you ever put peanut butter on your dog's penis?
No, on his
wait,
anus,
I'm
'cause
sorry.
I'm a top.
I didn't mean to say that. That's crazy.
And I was so itchy. I had no idea why. My mother took me to the doctor and they showed it to me under the microscope. It looked like something that was going to take over the world.
Yeah, it's disgusting.
And then they made me put lotion on, Quell lotion from my neck down.
Lotion.
Lotion, or else it gets the hose again. And my friend Ellen, who's dead, and I watched Who's Afraid
Do
of
you know
Virginia
how many
Woolf.
times you've said that?
Yeah. We watched Who's Afraid of Virginia Woolf with that lotion on, and they died. But the thing is, if you don't get the lotion that they make you put on from the neck down, when I had it later, when I was sexually active, if you get that stuff from the drugstore, it's seriously like it's like feeding them peanuts and popcorn. It's like they reproduce with the one from the drugstore.
It's like someone going through a marathon and you hand them like an app. Wait, what? I am so not knowledgeable about marathons that I just said that someone gets an apple while they're running.
They give them pizza when they go to
Yeah,
the finish
you know
line.
when you're doing a marathon and you get lemon
Somebody gives
meringue
you a Big
pie
Mac.
when you're in your 11th mile? That's what it's like.
Do we have time to read a paragraph of an email?
Yes, please, but don't go on and on and on because I get so. If I get
Jessica
annoyed,
doesn't read them because she doesn't have her bifocal. You do have them.
Look at them. Both sides are broken. Look,
She was
both
gonna
of the
say if I
sides
get
are broken.
annoyed. The arms of her glasses, it looked like my dog chewed off the ends of the arms.
I have read them, but I have to be honest with you. When I see long emails, I'm being serious. Let me finish. I get very anxious. I'm serious. When I see very long emails, no matter who it's from, my heart starts pounding. I
am I gonna
can't
do?
deal with it. What are you doing?
I'm trying to figure out how to like read these because I asked John Brennan to like, because he wrote on my Instagram and I said, write it in an email. John, okay, I believe what Kevin Spacey did was undeniably wrong, but there are a few factors that make it different. His actions are a result of the constant sexual repression and fear that follows a closeted person throughout their life and career. When someone feels out of control, they will go to great lengths to regain it, even if it harms someone else. The same could be said of Catholic priests molesting children. It's about power and control. Oh my God, this is brilliant. Anthony Rapp is a victim, and I believe that it's important that we hear him. That being said, he's also a white male. He could come out of an abusive situation and lead a successful career that would not be affected by his past. Abused women live with the constant daily reminders that they live in a male-dominated world and are treated as subordinate in almost every arena, whether personal or professional. What makes Anthony Rapp's situation sad is that he may have only realized how much he was being manipulated later in life. As a 14-year-old gay boy, you're just starting to explore your sexuality, and I can imagine how easy it would be to fall prey to someone older who could use their authority and power to manipulate you. In that moment, something like that might not register as abuse, but there are long-term mental hurdles to get over once that abuse becomes clear. That's amazing and articulate and perfect.
Yes, it is.
Thank you, John.
Thank you so much.
Sean Ellis.
I'm so horny.
I haven't had any kind of physical contact, and seriously,
What, a week?
I knew I was going to say like 6 hours because I knew you were going to say that. No, it's been like a long time.
What's a long time? What is that to you?
I don't remember. Mm-hmm. A long time a while ago used to be like years. Now it's more like months.
Months, right.
Now it's
I
months.
thought you meant months.
But it used to be years. Like I remember it used to be years.
Yeah, I've been through that too.
Because I remember one time being in the backseat of your car when we went driving home from Provincetown.
Mm-hmm.
And I was like, I fooled around with somebody. Like I admitted it the next day.
Mm-hmm.
And that had been years.
Right.
That was like coming out of like that thing they sleep in the movie Alien. That thing. Yeah.
Yeah, I mean, I totally understand. I mean, for women, it can really go on a long time.
Oh, I feel so bad for people.
Yeah.
I think of honestly, I think of my sister. She's divorced and she's in her 50s and lonely. And she's like, the guys on these fucking internet sites
I know, it's horrible.
want 15-year-olds.
Yeah.
And she looks great. My sister goes to the gym and looks amazing.
But does she have a tight pussy?
She's white, man. She's a white motherfucker. She got good tits. My sister's stacked like a motherfucking public library. She's got good tits. She got a tight pussy. She got a tight pussy and she can cook. My sugar show can cook. New liquid down. New liquid brown Domino sugar just can't be beat. Domino liquid brown. Do you remember this commercial? Mama gonna skin you live if she finds out you feeding Duke hamburger.
No,
But it's
I
top
don't
choice.
remember
It's
anything.
nutritious.
Oh, sorry. I thought you were done.
No, it's a
I don't
top choice
remember
commercial.
that, but I love it. I don't remember anything.
You don't remember commercials? I
No.
remember that stuff more than I remember Wednesday.
I don't remember anything from my past, hardly. Nothing.
I blocked it out, bitch.
Why, motherfucker?
Because it was painful.
Should we wrap it up?
Yeah, speaking of, I could go for a wrap. If you could get a wrap right now, let's leave on this. I would have chicken. I'm just telling you, I would have chicken, cheese, bacon, avocado, tomato in a wrap with probably a bucket of mayo.
Like, seriously, I'm drooling.
I know.
I just produced spit. That's the body's disgusting.
Doesn't that sound so good?
Yes, but I thought of what I would have.
What? I want
A
to hear.
cheeseburger wrap, like chopped up cheeseburger with
Yeah.
American cheese, lettuce, tomato only if it's ripe, ketchup, and Russian dressing, Thousand Islander special sauce.
What about ketchup and mayo? You
On
like
my
that?
asshole. I do like that. But I
Yeah.
like the special sauce thing that's made with like chemicals and
I do
orange
too.
dye number 47.
Me too. Alex, do you have chips?
That's why, but he has like a
I'm
29-inch
joking.
waist.
I know. He probably eats one chip a
I
day.
totally, and then has like a perfect clip. Like he probably has a system
I
to
thought you
seal
were
the
just going to
bag.
say a perfect clit, and I was like, Alex has a clit?
Clit is such a sharp word.
I know.
Where my clit go?
It's funny, like how the dog doesn't understand anything. Like I go to my dog, I go like, "You probably only have 5 years left to live," and the dog doesn't get it.
And he's like,
"Yeah,
Yeah, I
clit,
know.
Eddie, clit." Like he wouldn't flinch.
I know, that's interesting. Well, they don't speak our language. What the fuck did I just say? I got to get off this podcast.
Bye, guys.
Love you.
Write to us.
Bye.